And
Say what?
and no decisions were made in executive session.
You should just hit that. It should stop. Yeah, did it?
Yeah, and you gotta turn on the YouTube recording.
Yeah.
Let him in.
Hey, Brian and Julie might be out there.
Yeah,
Might.
the diehards.
Never know.
Are we on recording for the open
Yes.
meeting? Okay. The time now is 8:10, and the executive session has been concluded. The participants in the executive session were the humble Jeremy Schultz, Kathy Cathcart, Marie Kim, Trustee McLaurin, Trustee Moreland, Trustee Katzos, Trustee, now I just forgot your name. Sorry.
Okay.
I know, I shouldn't have done that. Trustee Harts, Trustee Cesaro, Trustee Nyberg, and myself, Mayor All.
You do this one.
For the record, if any person who participated in the executive session believes that any substantial discussion of any matters not included in the motion to go into the executive session occurred during executive session, or that any improper action occurred during the executive session in violation of the open meetings law, I will ask that you state your concerns for the record. Any concerns?
No.
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 Seeing none, the next agenda item is,
General public input.
Yes.
General public input.
Anyone have a conflict of
conflict
interest?
of interest
Oh,
announcement.
that
Does the board have any conflict
Thought we
of
were-
interest?
No.
No.
No. No.
No.
Having none, general public input, please limit it to 3 minutes per speaker.
None.
None.
Seeing none, we'll move on to,
Casper's out there.
there is no public input on the agenda items. Action agenda, interim town manager position.
This is where
Are we
need
done
the
with
motion.
discussions?
Well, we should say something because we don't just walk out and
Well,
not
no,
say
no, no.
anything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I would just say we interviewed two very excellent candidates, and just based off of experience, I would think that the first candidate, Mr. Hahn, was a better candidate.
I would agree with that.
Me too.
Same here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would someone like to make a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to direct HR Director Marie Kim to contact references for Scott Hahn, and if satisfactory, to make an offer of,
To the attorney.
oh, what? Oh, to direct the attorney, thank you, to make an offer of $3,000 a week with a $2,500 housing stipend, and to start as soon as available, possible.
I'll-
month for the stipend.
Did I say per month?
Per week, you said week.
You said per week.
Oh,
but
it
you-
is
you didn't allow
2,500.
her any negotiation ability
Oh,
by
okay.
saying, offer him 3,000.
Yeah. Okay. Let me,
But you want to give a top end to that, so she knows where to stop.
okay. To enter into negotiations have the attorney enter into negotiations with Scott Hahn with an offer of $3,000 with negotiation room up to $3,500 per week with a $2,500 per month housing stipend, and to start as soon as possibly available.
I'll second.
Are we okay with the motion? I know it was a little long, I'm just making sure we got all the words right.
Okay.
Okay. I got a motion and a second, is there any discussion?
Who seconded?
I did.
Okay, thank you.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Nyberg.
Yes.
Trustee Cesaro.
Yes.
Trustee Harts.
Yes.
Trustee Katzos.
Yes.
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee McLaurin.
Yes.
And Mayor Ah.
Yes.
All in favor.
Next up is compensation for extra duties performed by staff
Tabled.
proposal.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to table that discussion until, until what, negotiate?
Information is received.
Okay, and until additional information is received.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Nyberg,
Forward name.
Trustee Cesaro,
Yes.
Trustee Harts,
Yes.
Trustee Katzos,
Yes.
Trustee Moreland,
Yes.
and Trustee McLaurin,
Yes.
and Mayor Awe.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Yes.
That look was
How'd you
priceless.
like it? I haven't done this in a while. Oh my gosh.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that forgot a name in midstream tonight. Makes me feel better. I don't feel as old.
Yeah.
I'm going to adjourn this meeting at 8:15.
Wait. I have a question. Trustee reports. I wanted to ask for the agenda for the next meeting. I had talked to Dustin and had requested a report from SEH
Okay.
because I'd like to know what, we haven't had an update from that, like a comprehensive in writing update as to what work they've been doing on behalf of the town. And so if that could be included in our next meeting, that would be super duper, because I don't know
For
what.
the- For the planning consultant and.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then also, I guess I can wait, because
Wait.
I also wanted to know what's the update on the interview stuff that happened today with the candidate. Is that appropriate for asking?
Do you want me to go? You can go. Okay, yeah, we did interview Mr. Greg Flint. He was here in person, came through. He's got qualifications, but I just don't necessarily know if he would be a hire. In talking with Dan and Marie and internal staff, at this point in time, it seems like it might be more appropriate to wait until we get a full-time manager and then let that manager assist us in hiring a community development director. That's kind of the conversation that we had today. Greg was super personable. I just don't know if he'd be a good fit, and we really want to fill that with a quality applicant.
Are
Not
we
necessarily just fill it because we're accruing additional
Yes.
workload. So
Or would we still consider a planner that could pick up permitting and
I think for right
code
now,
enforcement? and-
the process that we're looking at as far as for issuing building permits is doable.
Okay.
SEH is doing a lot of our planning. So we just had review for the Clover 8 subdivision, Hope Christian Academy. I've been attending those meetings as well. And then for our daily operations for building permits and right-of-way permits, it's working out pretty good. We just need to get through a few of them with front desk and staff, and I think we can do that with Dan Naaman assisting us as well. He's doing our site reviews as well as the building plans. So once he gives us a green light on that, we can issue those building permits, and that's doable for right now with staff. So what we had talked about is contacting Mr. Flint and letting him know if he would still like to be considered. That the direction that we were hoping to go would be to get a full-time manager and then fill that other director's seat. It just seems more appropriate. That would be a manager hire. So right now, it kind of, I don't know. But
Yeah.
I don't know what your thoughts are as far as that goes.
Is this something
either.
we could consider? I mean, could we, interim town manager could also maybe be a part of this? Because full-time manager, I don't know when that's going to happen.
Right, yeah.
So how long do we want to wait on having a position filled? Like, would you guys be okay if once we have an interim in place and they're up to speed, that maybe they can be a part of that process?
If we do get an interim in here, why don't we let him work for a minute and then see
Yeah.
what thoughts are in regards to advertising for that position? I
Okay.
mean, it seems like he has plenty of experience in, in city management, and it seemed like he did have some community development and stuff like that as well. So let's see how that works, but
Okay.
I'm just not ready to pull the trigger on Mr. Flint right now.
Okay. No, that's fine. Just I was thinking we've been talking about April, May, June, could be longer. I just don't want us to be without a community. I just want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to keep us here another couple minutes.
no.
That's all I have.
No worries. And and the town's in a good position for any type of development review. We still have SGM on board for our town engineer, and Dan and Nancy are capable. The thing is we shouldn't be paying that consulting fee for the clerical work that goes into issuing building permits. So we have a process in-house, and I think we can cover our bases until we get to a point where we're comfortable hiring that.
Okay.
Okay.
I sure do like the way you think there, Jeremy, as far as being really fiscally responsible. I like that very much. I appreciate that about you.
Thank you.
Have you had any more interest in the agricultural district, the annexation of farms? I know Paul Black was here the
Yeah,
other day.
we did. We've talked to La Platte's Pond. Nothing formal, no formal submittals for annexation or anything, but there is conversation as we are right now. So I think that's probably going to be our first one. They're having some trouble navigating the county's process, and if they did annex into the town, I mean, ours is much more straightforward than the county. So we'll see how that progresses. I'm just not sure when that
He said he
application
was
actually
going to
applies.
do it. I just wanted to, 'cause we talked to him.
Yeah.